I started playing the game of basketball when I was in Tulse Hill Secondary School. That must have been early 80s. And a lot of the other kids were doing other things. And I found this was an escape for me. I could take the ball, go down to the gym and dream away. I'm playing against 2-3 guys. It's ridiculous stuff when you're young. And you could do that and you didn't need anybody. You didn't need any friends. You just had the ball in the basket. And that's what I really liked about it. You don't remember a lot of things from school. Remember the good school teachers. You always remember them, the good PE teachers. And he told me, you gotta have some goals. He said, what do you want to do from playing basketball? I said, play for England. Everybody was laughing. A lot of guys were laughing, but I thought that was a good, decent goal. And I actually ended up playing for the under-15s. I went over there and my parents are Jamaican, so I had more of a Jamaican slang back then. But when I went to school, no one could understand me. And I would have problems communicating with the teachers and the kids and everybody because they were like, well, what are you talking about? I had to repeat myself. So I guess I just adapted and just, changed my way of speaking so they could understand. The McDonald's All-American team is comprised of the top players in high school from throughout America. And at the end of the day, it's other people that pick it. Coaches, writers, scouts. They pick those teams. They regard you as one of the top 25 players in the nation. And to me, that was a great honor. Truthfully, I never really thought about the NBA. I guess I was caught up in my college experience. But as it winds down, you start thinking about the NBA. And I said if there's one team I'd love to play for, it'd be the Lakers. So when the opportunity came, being on the same court with Magic Johnson and James Worthy, takes you a little time to catch your breath. Because by the time they made their moves, you're still just in awe of them. I watched those guys, the way they handled themselves and the way they always competed, kept themselves in good shape, and they were just winners all around. They were just really top-class people, and I think I learned a lot from them. I could sit there now if I could and just watch those guys play.
Steve is an amazing example of somebody who's had a tremendous career. He's gone and played games in the NBA, and at the same time he's really forged a career for himself in Europe.
Well, I've been playing for must be 16 years, so I've played for a few teams. I've never sat down and counted them all, but I'm sure I've played for maybe 10 teams over my career. And hey, it's what I wanted to do. Coming from South London, it's not a bad job. It's doing something that you like to do, and being paid for it is not really a bad thing.
In Europe, he's blazed a trail where he's had to go through every difficulty on his own with no support, and that is going to be the root of most English players. And so really Steve is the person that people should look to.
Hey, this is going to be the next best thing. The Olympics, really, in terms of competition-wise, in terms of prestige, in terms of the atmosphere and everything. So I made the call to Scants. And Scants was like, yeah, we're looking at bringing a couple veteran players along, and it would be nice if you'd like to come on board. We could definitely use you.
There's no way of getting around the fact that Steve and I will be relied upon a lot for our offense, especially early on in games when we still have our legs. But Andrew Sullivan is a young man who's going to be required to really step up, running the floor, using screens and getting easy early jump shots, and using his athleticism on the backboard so he can get rebounds. He's going to have to do that consistently day in and day out.
To me, he has to be the man. He's been given that halo of the go-to guy, and that's what he's. But I think also, he's going to have some support from Jermaine Forbes, Julie Joseph, guys like that. I believe also shine. But we got to have a guy that when he's one-on-one or one-on-two, maybe he can get it done. I think Andrew can do that.
We are going out there to win a medal. We're not going out there to compete, to have fun, to sunbathe, or anything else. We're going out there with the intention of coming back with a medal. It's going to be very difficult. There's a number of very strong teams in there.
Australia, because they're home. New Zealand, because they've done well in other competitions. And Nigeria, because of their athletes, will be similar to ours, I would assume. Those three teams will definitely be a threat.
We'll be fighting against other people's expectations. We'll be fighting against the idea that it's enough to be adequate or mediocre. But I believe that we've got the right number of people, the right number of veterans and young people who've still got some spring in their legs to make a medal happen for us.
I'm confident. I'm confident in the team's ability, and I'm confident in my ability, and I'm confident in the coach's ability for preparation. He's got us going. We just got to go over there and play our game.